his. And so if you want to support this cause at home, just write us, contact us, and we'll give you the contact numbers, how you can do something. You might be an educator, you might have money, you might have goodwill, you can write these children, you can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
Actually, you can go on our website, www.nebstar, nebstar.org, and you'll see this. You will listen to the children. There is an interview that they're talking about them. You will see their stories. You can even donate online. We are a non-profit organization here in Kalamazoo. This is where my office is, but I move between Uganda and Kalamazoo. I go back and forth, to try to raise funds so that these children can stay in school.
So you're teaching and running the school still?
No, I'm not physically there. My husband is actually a resident director. He is a chaplain trying to give them that spiritual healing from this trauma, And most of these children have never gone through any psychosocial therapy,
Right.
And the only thing that has kept them sane, I believe, is because we believe in God.
Yeah.
And so the only book they read is the Bible. And that's how they have remained sane.
Right.
I wanted to challenge the commissioner today and go home, maybe go to the board and think deep and see how can the Kalamazoo commissioners get together to join in this fight. Everyone seems to be joining in. Even the banner said one thing that we can agree on in 2012, and it had an elephant and a donkey. And I looked at it close and it says Konya
2012.
2012. And I said, you know what? That's a positive step. We need to stop just talking about it, but do something. So I wouldn't put you on the spot here.
You can put me on the spot. I think...
What would you think the commission can do?
Well, the commission's hard because you got 7 different people, and when you bring up, we take a lot of stands. We take stands against war. We take stands for legislation that's going to provide people housing and things like that. But where there's a big opening, I think, is with students at Western.
All right.
And that's where, Betty, I would love to have you come to my class.
Oh, sure.
If you're going to be around this summer, I teach a graduate class on social change. And it's all social workers in the class. And these are young people who are highly motivated.
Good.
They want to help people, And I would be delighted to have you come to the class and speak. And if you have any of the jewelry you want to sell or anything,
yeah.
But I'll bet you they'd buy a lot of that.
All right.
Actually, we have been looking for a contact on campus. When I began to see CON 2012, I told Charles, we need to get these students to come on board to volunteer with NEPSA to take the message out. I think Invisible Children have done a great job.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the critics because
I don't
if
understand.
these people didn't do it, nobody would.
What?
And you know what? Yes, we can get Con and kill him, but there may be another leader coming. But while we are fighting Con, putting in that money, can we put money in education? Yeah. Can we put money in health? Can we put money in business so that there is wealth generation? So that when we finally get this Con guy, we are somewhere.
Right.
My concern about the debate that's going on is I'm wondering where these people live. I can understand how it becomes important to say he's no longer doing this here and they stop there. How about wherever he's doing it?
Yes, he is still doing it.
Right. He just didn't.
I've had my government back home come out with guns blazing, defend he's no longer here. But when he killed our people, we were wondering why other people never bothered to help us out. Now he's killing people in the Central African Republic and Congo, and we're saying we're okay.
Yes.
And those children?
Yeah.
I can understand.
I think that's a very good point. I mean, I read that I was an article in the New York Times about him this week. I don't know if you saw that. But they said just what you said, that he had, over the last 2 weeks, he's raided a village in Central Africa.
Yeah.
To me, he remains as relevant a target as he was in 1989. Because he's killing human beings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Children for that.
And children at that. The girls that I talked to when I was working in Parliament, and I would just be in tears because they will be given, young girls given to the commanders as sex slaves.
Oh, yeah.
Producing in the bush without any medical facility. Most of them have come back. They have been infected with HIV/AIDS. And then the society cannot take them in. They have no husband because the men are still in the bush, and they've missed out on education for this 25 years. I mean, not only that, to even add to the equation, now children in northern Uganda are dying of a nodding disease. And we don't know yet. We need people to come and research and find out, could it be an effect of this war? Why are these children of a certain age bracket nodding their lives to death? Just nodding to death. And this is happening.
Wow.
And so we cannot say corn is not a threat, that corn is not real. If he's not doing it in Uganda, he's doing it to other women, to other children, and they have to stop him.
Yeah, I think Dr. Martin Luther King's statement, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and this is a huge injustice, which people have turned their backs on because they think there's more important things to do. But there's nothing more important than a person's life, a kid's life especially. Yes.
There's a time when I used to host a radio talk show back home in Uganda. I had this Minister of Defense come and had opening remarks and said, we captured and have taken out rebels. I said, do you know who you're talking about? You're talking about children you failed to protect.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
That's true.
Sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we have quite a bit to talk about on this program, and this is why Friends of Justice was started, because we found that justice just really did not have a friend. Everywhere it looked, it seemed that societies were an enemy of justice. And so we created this to say, we're going to be a friend of justice, and we're going to look for other people who are and can become friends of justice. And today, sitting on my panel, I see at least 3 friends of justice. And one day we're going to really have a real ceremony, a ceremonial presentation to all of those whom we have declared a friend of justice. You're either a friend of justice or, sad to say, an enemy of justice. And so I'm glad I can sit with these fine people today, and we can talk about the problems. Not only can we talk about the problems, but we're set on doing something about them. That's more important. And so God is the ultimate judge. God is the one who administers justice. In Micah, he says, do justice, share mercy, and visit those widows in their affliction. And this is pure religion. People want to talk about religion. I'm challenging the churches. I'm challenging the social organizations to get on board. Let's even also, before I close in this summary, I want you to know that Dr. Betty Udongo, even though her passion and her heart is preserving and restoring those lives of those young people in Uganda, she also has a passion here in these United States. She's started a thing called Wheels, what is it?
Science on Wheels.
Science on Wheels. And we will talk about that next time in detail. But today, we thank you very much. You have a pleasant day, and remember, never give up.
Yeah, that's where